Guys, DK back at you with another video here for the NBA main slate here on Tuesday. We got a small slate, only 4 games, but we got some pretty appealing games on the docket. Currently tonight we had 2 slates. One, the early only. I just missed the cash because of the Pistons, just a letdown. Zaza, the worry was that they would run more small ball and not play him as much, and they kind of did that. And then Blake Griffin, kind of disappointing with no Andre Drummond, and Reggie Jackson, I deserve what I get for playing him. So just missed the cash. Vucevic and Evan Fournier almost brought me there in GPPs, but I just missed. And then the later slate, I really liked the Lakers Golden State game stack, but once Jimmy Butler got ruled out, I pivoted to get Ben Simmons, and that game blew out. Ben Simmons and Harden didn't see the fourth quarter, so fortunately, going to be over two for me, but can't predict blowout. So let's see if we can get back on track tonight with this 4-game slate. Okay, so starting at the top here, Westbrook at 11K. Pretty solid matchup against Portland and Dame Lillard. Westbrook, quiet couple games here. Was involved in a blowout here against the Knicks, but we know Westbrook. He has a huge ceiling. 11K seems priced about right, so I think Westbrook, a pretty solid play here. Then Doncic at 8.4. So I'm put up a triple-double. I did like him against Milwaukee. My only concern was, the reason why I didn't play him was I was a little concerned about the blowout, but Dallas kept it close, so Doncic had a huge game. 8.4K seems way underpriced for him, especially in this up-tempo matchup here against the Clippers. I do like this game a lot, so Doncic at 8.4 I do like quite a bit. Booker let me down the other night. But we got Ayton currently listed as doubtful. So again, Booker's going to be the main catalyst in this offense. At 8.3K, seems a little underpriced. He has been a little up and down, but he has a huge ceiling when his shots fallen. So I think Devin Booker also a pretty solid play. And then Lillard at 8.1. It's just the price tag for him. Like 8.1K for Dame Lillard just seems way too cheap. He always seems to step up in the good matchups. This is going to be a tough match against OKC. But I think Lillard he seems way too underpriced here at 8.1K. Lowry, so my expectation right now is that Kawhi is going to play. They rested him back-to-back games, so I really do assume he's going to play. If Kawhi misses, then he has to go back to Lowry. Van Fleet's in play. Siakam and Ibaka are great plays. So we're going to have to kind of wait, but I assume Kawhi's going to play. The concern is here, there's blowout factor. It's at Toronto. The Kings haven't really been playing the best basketball here of late. So that's a concern. Other than that, it's a dream matchup. So Lowry, I think, is pretty solid here at 7.6. Fox, just not seeing enough minutes right now. Kind of being capped at 30. He did see the 35 against Detroit, but right back down to 29 last game. And the Kings are just hard to trust. This is not the best matchup, so I'm probably not going to go there with Fox. Lou Williams, he's listed as questionable, but they don't think he's going to play, so that's pretty big. That's going to open up SGA, Pat Beverly, and Avery Bradley as solid value play, so I'll get to them in a sec. Derrick Rose here at 6.3. Jeff Teague, I believe he left the game with an injury, but it didn't say on here. Okay, I thought he left that game, but okay, maybe not. If Teague does miss the game, then it's obviously Derrick Rose, a great value play, or great play here at 6.3K. With both of them active, it's kind of hard. It's like a coin flip. They're not seeing enough minutes when both of them play, but if Teague misses, I think Rose is a lock there at 6.3K. Okay, so now let's get to Beverly, who had that huge game with no Lou Williams. I got inserted in the starting lineup. I'm going to wait for a starting lineup again. I assume he's going to start again since he played very well. Definitely don't expect this 53 fantasy points again. Probably can expect 30 to 35 minutes to get you a 25 fantasy points. So I think he's okay there. A pretty solid value play, 4.8K. SGA, same thing. I'm going to play most of the game if Lou Williams does miss. So again, I know he had a terrible shooting game, 3 of 15, only put up 15 fantasy points, but I'm going to go back to the well with SGA if Lou Williams does miss. Let's see. Brunson played pretty solid. The minutes are so inconsistent with him. It's 30, 20, 22, and 30 with DSJ still out. But 3.9K seems really underpriced for Jalen Brunson, so I think he's a very solid value play. Okay, let's move on to shooting guard. Buddy, man, again, I'm just a little worried about the blowout. The minutes really haven't been there. There's inconsistent. Dave Yeager, can't trust him, so I'm probably staying away from Sacramento for the most part. Let's see, Oubre, surprisingly, has been really consistent here. We've known him in the past as being a very inconsistent fantasy player, but putting up right around 30 fantasy points every night. If Aiden does miss again, there's a little more usage to go around, so I think he's okay at 5.6. Bogdan, talked about in my last video, did like him off the bench, put up 50 fantasy points. Don't think we can expect that again from him, but he probably would be my favorite king here at 5.2K. He's just a high usage guy off the bench that's going to shoot a bunch, so I think he would probably be my favorite king. Let's see, Van Fleet, if Kawhi does miss, I think he would be definitely back in play. Avery Bradley, never like playing this guy, but if Lou Williams misses, he's going to play most of the game again, it seems like. So I think he would be okay. Probably my least favorite of the three guards. I'd probably SGA 1, Pat Beverly 2, Avery Bradley 3 in that order. And then Brunson, again, also another really solid value play here. If he's going to play right around 30 minutes, I don't know if we can trust it, but 3.9K just seems too cheap for him. See, Tyrone Wallace, I thought he would see a little uptick in minutes. I actually saw a downtick with no Lou Williams, so I'm not going to go try that again, or not going to try that. Okay, small forward. Paul George, I think, is going to go very, very under-owned in the slate. Me personally, probably not going to go there, but if you want to take the ownership aspect in GPPs, I think you can. I think he's going to go very under-owned. Kawhi, if he does play, I think would be a really good play. The only concern is, again, would be the blowout factor. If the game stays close and Kawhi plays his full complement minutes, I think he could have a huge night. Now let's get to Tobias here. Gallinari already ruled out. We saw what he did last game against the Spurs. Played 43 minutes, got you 60 fantasy points. Now, I don't think we can expect that again, but Tobias is going to be the main catalyst in the offense. 8K seems too cheap right now, so I really like Tobias Harris. And I kind of like this game stack here, this Clippers and Dallas game. Let's see. Wiggins, not a Wiggins guy at all, but 5.8K, I guess the price makes him in play. And the good matchup, but I'm probably not going to go there. Let's see, who else? Any other cheap guys? Really? Not a whole lot. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to power forward. So you already talked about these guys. Montrez, he got in foul trouble on the last game against the Spurs. He started. Got you 24 fantasy points in 28 minutes. It's going to be interesting to see who they start again. If he starts again, definitely going to have interest in him at 6.8K. Even off the bench, I think he'd be a pretty solid play with Gallinari out of there. Montrez should be asked to play some pretty big minutes. Siakam, Ibaka, if Kawhi plays, I think they're okay. I think Siakam's still in play no matter what, even if Kawhi plays. 6.3K seems too cheap for him and a great matchup here against the Kings. If Kawhi does miss, then it's Siakam, probably my favorite play. Then Ibaka, and then you obviously got Lowry and Van Fleet. Let's see, Bagley, it would be okay out the bench. He's kind of capped right now. So I think he's okay for cash games. Let's see. The whole Sarge, Taj Gibson thing, it's a coin flip every night with these guys. You never really know. The minutes are just so up and down, inconsistent. I guess Taj is seeing a little more consistent minutes, so I think he's okay at 4.9K. Then let's get to these value Phoenix guys again. So Ayton listed as doubtful. Don't expect him to play. Holmes, right now currently listed as questionable. So if Holmes does miss, then we can go right back to the well here with, it'd be Dragan Bender, Quincy AC show. Ryan Anderson didn't even see any minutes last game. So if Holmes misses, Bender would probably pick up a start. He would probably be my favorite play at 4K, and then Quincy AC. If Holmes plays, I like him a lot at 4.1K. Would assume he would play, 25 or so minutes. If he can stay out of foul trouble, obviously that's a big if. Cat, pretty aggressive on the offensive end. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts with that. So we're going to have to wait for news with Richaun Holmes. Anyone else down here? Not a whole lot. All right, let's move on to center position. And Cat, again, this is just a dream matchup. We saw we just did the same matchup a couple days ago. In 39 minutes, put up 61 fantasy points. I mean, most likely not going to have Ayton, possibly not Holmes. I mean, even if Holmes plays, not a good defender, Cat should just have his way no matter what. So I do like him a lot here, 10.6K. I do think he's going to be pretty chalky. So I think there is ways, there's other solid plays around, Westbrook is a solid pivot. Doncic and Tobias in that game are great plays. So I think there are pivots to Cat. I think he'll be kind of popular, but he'll be popular for a good reason. I mean, he should have a field day again. Let's see, Nurkic I think is okay, but I respect the defense of Steven Adams. I'm probably not going to go there. DeAndre Jordan, never play this guy. I mean, I played him once a few weeks ago. Let me down. This is a revenge game narrative against the Clippers. I think he's okay. I think he's pretty solid here, 6.4K. Definitely considering DeAndre. Like I said, I'm not a DeAndre guy, but I'm considering him because of the price tag and the revenge game narrative. And the same thing here with Steven Adams. It's just the price tag. I'm not really a Steven Adams guy, but 6.2K. That just seems way too cheap for Steven Adams. I mean, he's going to play 35 or so minutes in a close game. So I think he is definitely in play. So these two mid-tier centers, so Steven Adams and DeAndre Jordan, just seem way too underpriced. Other than that, Cauley Stein, I don't want to mess with the Kings bigs rotation right now. Yeah, it would just be those value Phoenix guys, Bender and AC, if Holmes does mess as well as Ayton. And yeah, I think that's it. So this low 4 game play is kind of interesting. There's a lot of different ways to go. I mean, let's see. Let's look at the rundown of all the players. So Westbrook, obviously a great player at 11K. Cat, 10.6, I think is going to be very chalky. Paul George is going to be virtually unowned. So if you want to go there, GPPs don't mind it. Kawhi, we're going to have to kind of wait for news if he plays and the game stays close. I think he could have a massive game. Doncic, just seems 200 price here at 8.4K and a great match here against the Clippers. So I really like him. Booker kind of had an off night in the last game, but if Ayton does miss, which he should, so he's doubtful, he's going to be the main catalyst in the offense, and he has huge upside. Lillard seems way too cheap here at 8.1K. Tobias, no Gallinari. Lowry, possibly no Kawhi. There's a lot of different ways to go here up top with a lot of these studs. I like most of these guys. So it's going to be an interesting slate. I think the ownership's going to be pretty spread out, so I do kind of like this slate. There's a lot of different ways to go. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for today's video, guys. If you have been enjoying the content, please like this video, subscribe. Really helps me out, guys. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section down below. You can also follow me on Twitter. That will be in the description below. I'll give my thoughts as more news comes out throughout the day. So really important to follow me on Twitter because, injury news and stuff comes out. I will give my thoughts, when that comes out. And I will be back for another video on Wednesday. So I'll see you guys then.